Hi everybody. Uh, Name of the video here is Are We Going to Have a Revolution? And I don't think it's an easy answer, a yes or no answer. If I had to give a yes or no answer, it would definitely be yes. You know, if you look around on YouTube, you find we've got an awful lot of people that found themselves a soapbox. And they're up there and they're expressing their views and they're expressing their disdain with some of the things that the elite are doing to us, and they're trying to wake people up. And, I think there are a lot more people awake than we give them credit for. But they all handle it different. There are a lot of us that get a soapbox, they get up there and they give their opinions, and there's a lot of others that stand in the crowd and they walk around and they listen to these people in these soapboxes. And then they go and they try to talk to people that are important to them and tell them what they think is going down. But we've got another group of people, it's a very large group of people, and they're awake, but what they do is they feel frustrated. They feel there's nothing they could do, so they stick their head in the sand. And then we got people that they go to the spiritual end of it, and they figure that God's going to come take us all out anyway. There are probably millions, if not billions, of people that think that God is going to be our salvation. Forever we've looked at the government to be our salvation. Uh, they're going to give us food stamps. They're going to give us welfare. They're going to give us Social Security. They're going to give us all the different entitlements that we're afraid that we can't lose here. But what I see is I see an awful lot of people that are really, really, really upset, and they rant. And I watch a lot of those because I'm the Mellow Out is my channel, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get these people to get people to think about what we need to do is we need to mellow out a little bit. But even more important, the way they can mellow out, it's easy to say mellow out, but how do you go about mellowing out? Well, the first thing you have to do is you have to communicate. You know, we're at a war. We've been in this war for a long time, and they're very well prepared. They're very well financed, and they're all on the same page. But we're not. We're on all kinds of different pages. If you've done any studying of warfare, the first premise of warfare is to divide and conquer. That's exactly what they've done. They got us. We have a lot of comments on this, and we call these people trolls and all kinds of things we call them. But in truth, folks, most of these people are passionate, and they understand there's a problem, and they don't really know how to do it, how to go about it, And so what they do is they get upset at the people that express their opinions, and then we spend all of our energies arguing and fighting with them, which is exactly what our opposition wants us to do. That's not the secret. The secret, folks, is we got to get on the same page. If there is going to be a revolution, we better be on the same page or we're going to get massacred and we're going to keep getting our butts kicked. I mean, we are getting our butts kicked. Who do you know that's economically better off than they were 5 years ago, 3 years ago? Most revolutions are started by young people and old people. The young people because they're trying to find their way in the world. They don't really know what to go. They're frustrated and they're angry. You look at the revolts that have gone around in the world, and most of them are young people. And then you got the older people, and they remember the way things used to be, and they're frustrated because things are changing, and they have a lot of time, so they're talking, but nobody's on the same page. Nobody's communicating. When somebody does express an opinion on a comment, we have a tendency not to acknowledge it. I got my little soapbox here, and you know where I get most of my thoughts? Where I get them is off of comments that I get and that I read from other people. I spend just about as much time reading the comments as I do watching videos. And the reason is I want to know where people are coming from. What are their thoughts? So a lot of times I'll watch a video and I'll form an opinion, but then I'll go down and I'll read the comments, and people bring up some points that I didn't really think about. And I get a lot more out of it from reading the comments. What's frustrating me are the trolls. And we're never going to get rid of the trolls, but we could certainly lessen it if we would pay them some attention and give them the respect they deserve. Just the fact that they sat down and took the time to watch your video and to give their opinion, they deserve a certain degree of respect. And until we begin to give people that are in this same battle the respect that they deserve and get on the same page, we're just going to continue to get more of the same. Are we going to have a revolution? I believe so. The first revolution that we had recently would be Egypt. And the reason those people revolted is they were frustrated. They couldn't get a job. Most of them are well educated. The reason they're well educated is the United States has been getting foreign aid to most of the countries in the world where they have regimes that we're trying to support, and we give them foreign aid so that they can keep the people in line. We also give them guns. So if they don't stay in line, we can take control of them. It's our best interest to keep things on the status quo. And basically that's what happens here. We've been doing it. We give Social Security, food stamps, welfare, all the different entitlements, and that's why people got their heads in the stands. They don't want to upset the apple cart. They can't afford to lose this. They can't afford. The only savior they got, the only person that they think is going to help them, is the government. But I think we're beginning to see that the government's not going to be able to help them much longer. I mean, they may still give you Social Security and food stamps, but as things get more and more and more expensive, it's not going to be worth anything. And we're going to have more people upset, and we're eventually going to revolt. I don't know if it'll be a peaceful revolution or if it'll be, unfortunately, Tiananmen Square kind of revolutions. If we expect to make any change, if we expect to have an impact, to change some things, to at least bring things back to where they are now, to stop this avalanche that's coming at us, we got to get on the same page. So whether we're going to have a revolution or not, it's not for me to make that determination. But one thing I do know, I have some thoughts, some ideas. Mine is mellow out. That just happens to be the thing that I feel compelled to share with people because it's made my life a lot simpler. But other people have a lot of other things that they can share with us. But take the time. Love your brother. That's the only way we're going to have any kind of an impact on this problem that we've got. Anyway, thank you all for listening. Have a good day. God bless you.